This is chord practice assignment 2A, which is F add 9, going to F, going to D minor, and back. Just want to point out that my fingers are curved like this. I drop my wrist a little bit so they're contacting well on the strings, not too flat. Okay, here we go. So F9, put the second finger on, F. Now to make D minor, we pivot this a little bit and stick the third finger underneath, like that, underneath the second finger. If your fingers are perfectly vertical like this, or on a 90-degree angle to your strings, it'll be really hard to stuff this guy underneath there. So we take this and we pivot it, the wrist out, and then you get that right there. If you're slightly double jointed and can bend backwards, and I do this for this chord a lot, you can get to the F chord and you can just invert your knuckle on your last knuckle there and cover both of those notes at the same time. If you can do that, great. It's the way I prefer to do it, but for this exercise I'll tuck this underneath so you can practice along, and later you can choose which way you want to do it. Okay, so F9, F, pivot, D minor. Going back, D minor, unpivot, take the third finger off, F, F9. One more time, F add 9, F, D minor, and then D minor, F, F add 9. Here's chord practice assignment 2B. We're going to make F add 9. And now we're just going to hop this finger up one string there to string number 3. That's A7. Then we're going to put the 2 back on. That's A, just plain old A. It looks like an F chord where we took the first finger and pushed it up there and squished it. And then to make A minor, we just pull that finger off altogether. And it's just that one right there. So we have F add 9, pop up to make an A7, put the second finger down on that fourth string, A, pop the first finger off, that's A minor. Now, it's not just the movements, you should be aware of the diagrams and what they're called. So when you do this exercise, actually call out the names and glance back and forth between the video and your diagrams that you have there. So here we go. Chord practice assignment 2B, F add 9, A7, A minor, A minor, A7, and F add 9. We'll do it one more time. F add 9, A7. Go along and say these with me and glance between your diagrams. A, and then A minor. Start there and go backwards. A minor, A, A7, and F add 9. Okay, here's chord practice assignment 2C. It requires us to do the G6 chord and the C major 7 chord with an alternate fingering, different from what we've done before. So C normally goes back to C major 7 like that. And that's what you're used to, and then you make your G chord like that. What we're going to do is we're going to go C, and then we're just going to slide our third finger back to the C major 7. Now these fingers shouldn't be doing all this, but I'm trying to get it out of the way so you can see. So from there to there, right? So C major 7 with your third finger, we pivot, and instead of 1 and 2 like this, now it's 3 and 2 for our G6, like that, right? And now to make the G7, we put our first finger just back here on the second string on that F. So again, C, right? Pull that back on the same finger, but go to C major 7, pivot, and put that middle finger to make the G6, right? See that right there? Now we're just gonna put our first finger like a backwards triangle. The G looks like a frontward arrow or triangle going this way. G7 looks like it's going the opposite way. If you're a guitarist, this is called the D7. Here it's the G7, okay? All right, let's try this here. Here we go. C, C major 7 with your third finger, pivot, make a G6, put your first finger behind on the first fret of the second string, G7, now we're gonna go backwards, so G7, pull that first finger off, that's the G6 with alternate, take your middle finger off, that's your C major 7 with an alternate fingering, and slide back to plain old C. Okay, one more time without quite as much explanation. Here we go. C, C major 7, G6, G7, G7 again, G6, C major 7, alternate fingering, C. All right, good job.